Alright, hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today, why am I so shiny? Okay, anyways, today we are talking about a very important case. All the cases I talk about are obviously very important, but we are talking about an active going case right now. It's Gabby Petito. I think I just learned how to pronounce her last name. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing everything correctly and trying to respect her and her family. But right now, actively going on is Gabby Petito's missing case. And we're going to be breaking it down, everything that is out in the world right now. I'm going to talk about everything, and if there is maybe any more updates or if the case ever gets solved. If you guys want me to, I will do a follow-up and do a part 2. But trigger warning, as in I'm here to help further the information and spread more awareness. I'm here to help find Gabby Petito, to help solve the case and what exactly is going on with her missing case. So by no means I am not trying to disrespect anybody, not trying to disrespect any parties in this case. It's all just out of love and respect, just trying to further along help this investigation that is currently going on. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Gabby Petito is a 22-year-old American woman who went missing on September 11, 2021. While traveling across the United States with her fiance, Brian Laundrie, they were traveling in a white Ford van across the United States to actually visit the national parks along their way. Gabby's fiance, Brian, had actually returned back to the couple's home, but he returned back home without Gabby. Brian Laundrie, who is known as Gabby's fiance, he has returned back home, as we just said, and he has been refusing to speak to authorities and refusing to help out Gabby's family in order to help locate where Gabby might be. Gabby's family has repeatedly begged and pleaded with the Laundrie family to help give them some information on finding their daughter, but the family and Brian have stayed completely silent and have been literally hiding behind their attorney. Like I just said with the attorney for the Gabby family actually stated on Tuesday that the family are just going to stay behind the mess and are going to make no further statements on the case. Like I said, Gabby and Brian, who are engaged to each other, had this plan to travel along the United States in Gabby's white Ford van to travel and just see some locations, see some national parks. And Gabby was very excited to share this journey with her family, her friends, and even her social media. If you guys go on her Instagram, which you guys can find, all of her Instagram posts are very detailed traveling. She's a travel girl. She loves to blog it. She's like a travel blogger, and she was very excited about this trip. She always stayed in communication with her family and her friends. She was always like calling her family, constantly speaking to them all the time, and that is very important in this case because that plays a big role in what could have happened to Gabby. Like I just said, how Gabby's usually in really good communication with her family, she randomly just stopped communicating with them around August 30th, which is not like Gabby, and that's when things start going wrong. So we're going to talk about a piece of evidence that we actually have so far. It was August 12, 2021, where a Utah police officer actually pulled over Brian and he pulled over Gabby because there was an argument that led to a physical fight where Gabby's OCD was going off, and it's been said that she attacked Brian in a way. The police ever just pulled them over and made sure everything was okay. But both Brian and Gabby both said that they love each other, they're engaged to get married, and that they don't want each other to be charged with a crime. So if I do find the footage for that, I will insert it here for you guys. I'm going to talk about the last week of August. This is kind of like the last moments of Gabby, of any communication that her family has had with her. So we're going to break it down for you guys. So Gabby's family told police officers that the last time they were in contact with Gabby was the last week of August, and they believe that she was in the Teton National Park area is where they believe she was last located. The Teton National Park in Wyoming is where Gabby's family knew the last whereabouts that Gabby's family knew where she was in Teton, Wyoming National Park. Gabby's family stated with their attorney that the last message they received from Gabby was on August 30th, but the family strongly believes that that text message did not come from Gabby's phone. On August 24th, Gabby FaceTimed her mother and was actually telling her mother, where she was going, what's going on, giving her updates about the trip. On the FaceTime call, Gabby told her mom that she was actually heading to Teton Teton, Wyoming National Park, and that she was currently leaving Utah, giving her mother an update about exactly where she was, so her mother wasn't worried about her. And then on August 25th, Gabby texted her mom. They had a few, texts back and forth, and her family believed that that was when she was in Teton National Park. And then on August 27th, once again, more text messages went back and forth, and that's when her family still believes that she was still in the Teton National Park in Wyoming. So the last text message was no service in Yosemite, which is like, okay, random. That's not something Gabby would just say, like, oh, no service here. Like, Gabby would usually call her family, FaceTime her mother, text her mother a bunch. It was just one text and that was it, and that's why everybody believes that that text did not come from Gabby's phone and that it had to come from somebody else that had Gabby's phone at the time. So now we're going to step into September, which is obviously the month that we're in now, and we're going to break down the investigation, Brian, the Laundrie family, which is Brian Laundrie as his last name, and how Gabby's family is handling it, and the social media presence around it is what we're going to break down right now. So Brian returned home on September 1st, 2021 to Northport, Florida. The couple lived together at Brian's home with his parents. The white vehicle that I stated that they were in a white Ford white vehicle that was Gabby's. It was actually found at the house. It was weirdly really clean, which I can insert a photo here for you guys to see. It was weirdly just very spotless, but the police did, take it in. They did look at it, and they said they found some particles in it or some evidence that they're going to further investigate. So September 11, 2021 is really when we get into Gabby's disappearance. So after not being in touch with Gabby for a while, Gabby's family actually lives in New York. Gabby lives in Florida. Gabby's family actually reported her missing to the New York State Police Department. North Point, Florida authorities actually went to Brian Laundrie's house and once again tried to speak to him and his family, but once again they refused to speak to authorities. They said they were essentially handed their information to their attorney, which I think if they had nothing to do with the case, why are you having such a hard time just talking to the police and talking to Gabby's family if you had nothing to do with the case? It doesn't add up. So now we're on the day of September 16th. Gabby's family pleaded and begged over and over and over with the Laundrie family, saying, please, if you have any decency left in your body, please just tell us where Gabby is. If Gabby's family to you, if Gabby's a sister to you, a daughter to you, like you've been saying, please tell us if we're heading into the right location. Please tell us if we're in the right direction. Just tell us where Gabby is located. Just give us some information to help us out, But once again, of course, the Laundrie family doesn't answer them, doesn't answer to nobody, and stayed hiding. Gabby's family actually reached out in early September to the Laundrie family, but once again, they refused to answer them, which doesn't make any sense because it just doesn't add up. It kind of shows that they're pretty guilty in this situation. And so now we're on September 17th. This is the last kind of information that is currently out in the public. This is an investigation that is still currently going on, so there is more information coming out every single day. There are people literally outside of Brian's family's house trying to get them to speak, protesting. There's people all over the United States that are currently looking for Gabby. There would be a lot. I hope you guys noticed that all the pictures of Gabby inserted in this video are very important, because if you happen to see Gabby, contact authorities, because we are on the lookout for Gabby. We want to know if she's alive. We want to know what happened to Gabby. So let's get into the last information that I currently have for you guys. So after several days of Gabby's family and the police trying to talk to the Laundrie family, the Laundrie family actually requested for Gabby's family to come to their home, only to say that they haven't seen Brian since Tuesday. So now Brian is currently missing. North Point police actually gave out a statement about this. They said that we've been trying all week to talk to his family, to talk to Brian, and now they've called us here on Friday, and we've gone to the home, and now they're saying they haven't seen their son. And so that was their first statement, they said. And then later on Twitter that same night, they also made another statement which says, "It is important to note that Brian is a person of interest in Gabby's disappearance. He is not wanted for a crime." And they also said, "We are not working on a crime investigation. We are working on a multiple missing person investigation." So now Gabby was missing, but tell me why he drove all the way back home 10 days, didn't even report Gabby's disappearance. And now all this coverage is on Brian and his family, and then Brian's gone. it doesn't add up at all, because obviously something fishy is going on. And it's pretty obvious at this point that Brian could be guilty, maybe guilty. I can't say he is guilty because we don't know yet. He has not been convicted of anything. He's missing or hiding, and his family is hiding. So we don't know that much more information than what has been given out right now. There is a wide nation search for Gabby at the moment, and it was weird because as soon as Brian's gone, now the Laundrie family is helping to find Gabby, when really we all know that they're probably just like trying to find Brian, because they showed that they don't care about Gabby, which is very disappointing. But yes, hope you guys enjoyed learning more information, or as much information as I could get for the Gabby case. Once again, if you do see this girl or have any information, please contact the right authorities. And if you guys want an updated video, more information on the Gabby case, if there is any more given out later on this month or next month, I will gladly do a video for you guys. But please help find Gabby and help spread the information, spread the word, so we can bring Gabby back home to her family, or at least get some closure for the family. So if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And like always, I'll see you guys in my next video.